Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to talk about the things that I learned during my first year of freelancing as a web developer. These lessons were hard to learn, but definitely important. So I hope that I can help somebody out there who's just getting their journey started to avoid the mistakes that I made. Let's dive into it. Lesson number one is pitching and promoting. Listen, now I knew that nobody knew who I was and I had to put myself out there in order to get clients. But I was unaware of the amount of pitching that you would have to do and how uncomfortable it feels. At first, I thought it was just doing some promo, posting some things on my Instagram, making it like the content will bring the clients type thing. No, that's not what it was. You have to go outside and talk to people. You have to let them know that you exist. You have to call companies and pitch your services. And even till this day, I'm still very nervous when I do it. Like my voice be shaking. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Sammy, and I'm a local web developer here in Atlanta. And I saw you all truck. And it's the worst. But it's what you have to do. I've even started going on Threads. And anytime I see somebody promoting their new business, I'll go underneath it and I say, hey, do you need help setting up your systems? Do you need a web designer? I can help you out. And kind of just started pitching that way. But visibility is key here. So make sure that you're pitching as much as possible. I even started driving around with flyers and business cards in my car in case I see anybody outside that I need to give a card to. So get visible, baby. Lesson number two is niche down, even if you don't want to.
Is it niche or niche? I never know.
Listen, I was an anti-niche warrior. I wanted to build all the things for all the people. But it wasn't until going through my first year of trying to do all the things for all the people that I realized that you cannot do that. I would have been way farther along if I just chose one particular lane and stuck to it, like landscapers or restaurants or yarn stores even, because then what happens is that you get really familiar with that one particular niche and you know how to speak to them and service to them, as opposed to me who tried everything under the sun and I'm still trying to figure out now, like, what's the particular lane that I want to sit in and actually start building in. The good part about that is that I did try everything, so I do know what I don't like, which is a good thing, but I'm not too sure what I do like just yet. So make sure that you niche down, pick something that you enjoy and focus on that and create systems around that. You can, if you pick a landscaper, make business cards for the landscaper, make website designs, make social media promotions for the landscaper. Just do everything under the sun for that one particular niche and it'll get you way farther along than you trying to do everything for everybody. Lesson number three is contracts and boundaries.
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
Now listen, I don't care if you're making a website for your sister's, brother's, uncle's, boyfriend's son. You need to have a contract because what happens is that, and by no fault of their own, people might play in your face and waste your time. You need to make sure that you have a clause in there that lets people know that they have a certain amount of time to respond to your request before your contract is ended. They need to know that they have a certain amount of revisions before you're sitting there fixing things for until kingdom comes. You need to make sure that whatever it is that you're uncomfortable doing or that you are comfortable doing, that you outline that in your contract and that it's signed and dated by whoever it is that you're building with. It is no beef. It's just so that they know that when the time comes and they start going over the contract limits, you can just cite it like, hey, per the contract that you signed, this is what we got going on. And then we just keep it moving. It's all about being professional. Lesson number four is systems will save you.
Give to the system.
Now, as a tech girly, I'm embarrassed to say that I do not have any automations in place. And I know better, but I'm doing better now. I'm doing things like setting up my threads to schedule out so that it could promote my business while I'm doing other things. And I do the same thing for Instagram. Also, I'm setting up some automations for my email so that when I get new requests, client intake forms and important information gets sent out to them without me having to draft up emails myself. Use tools like Zapier, ClickUp, HubSpot, whatever works in your workflow to get things going. Because I promise you, it'll be so much easier for you to focus on the bigger picture when the little things are getting handled by automations. They say the only way to learn sometimes is by going through a hard lesson, and boy, Did I learn some things? But honestly, I'm grateful that I learned it because I've only been doing this for a year, and those are some really important lessons that I had to go through. I'm excited now to be able to build my business out with these things in mind and make sure things are a lot smoother going forward. If you're a seasoned freelancer out there, drop in the comments what are some things that you wish you learned sooner so that us newbies can get it together. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I cannot wait to talk to y'all next time. Later.